Hi, my name is Carolyn Service with o2bstamping.com. Have you seen the Timeless Textures stamp set from Stampin' Up? A lot of my customers have asked me, what would I do with this stamp set? So today I want to show you a card using a couple of the elements from Timeless Textures. It makes a great background, a lot of different textures in it. So let me show you how I made this card. I started with a piece of cardstock that is 8.5 by 11, and I cut it in two, I should say in half, to make the card base that measures 8.5 by 5.5. Then I cut a piece of basic black to fit on the front, and that measures 4 by 5.25. I'm going to go ahead and attach that piece using some snail adhesive. Anytime that you are trying to make a layer, it's always a good rule of thumb to cut it 1/4 inch smaller than your base. The next piece that I used was, again, another piece that is 1/4 inch smaller than the piece underneath it. So this piece would measure 3.25 by 5. Now this is where I'm going to do some of the stampings. I'm going to bring in a piece of scrap paper, my Lost Lagoon ink pad, and this piece from Timeless Textures. This makes a great border. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to ink it up, but then I'm going to stamp off, and I'm going to bring the stamp down. Scoot this up a little so you can see it. So that the whole stamp is actually not stamping on the card. So it's about, as you can see here, about 1/4 inch is hanging off of the edge of the card. Now, you don't have to be exact with this, and you don't even have to stamp off if you prefer not to. That would be fine. You can just play with it and see kind of what you think you like the best. You can overlap it as well, but you can see how the border is coming together quite nicely. I need to go this way a little bit more again. Okay. I'm going to bring in another element, which is the like flower vine element. I don't know what that's called. I think there's a name for that, like fleur de lis or something to that effect. And then I'm also going to use my Memento black ink. And I'm simply going to go around the edge, put this down here, of my card. So I might want to do one of these like sort of to the middle, maybe over here a little bit, maybe coming up from, do this edge, a little bit in the corner here, and maybe a little bit here. Okay, so can you see how that's, oh, actually I can see another space I'd like to put one in. Right there. You see how that's making such a nice border for this card. Okay, the next element that I want to use is some of our Pool Party glitter ribbon. and I have pre-cut, actually I pre-cut this incorrectly. This should be 5¼ inches. So we're gonna go right there. Okay, I'm going to add this to my card. Let's see. I'm going to sort of see where my butterfly might look good on this card. So I think I like it here better. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to add this to this side of the card. With a little bit of snail adhesive. Make sure I've got that on there straight. Okay. And if you feel the need, you can also put a little bit of adhesive here in the center, or you can use a glue dot if that's moving around on you and causing you any issues. Next, I want to use my Big Shot. So with the Big Shot, I am going to use my multi-purpose platform with all the tabs closed, my precision base plate, my cardstock with the large or the medium-sized butterflies thinlets, and then this pack, which is in our current mini catalog. You can use any designer paper that would, actually there's the piece that I'm using, but you can use any piece of designer paper that matches your background color. Or if you don't have a piece of designer series paper that matches your background color, you could also use the butterfly stamp from the Butterfly Basics stamp set, and that actually coordinates with this particular thinlet. Okay, so the purpose of the precision base plate is actually it cuts these intricate thinlets much better than just the regular, even the magnetic platform. So I'm going to show you something with this. So here's the small butterfly and the large one. Now with this, you can also, if it doesn't pop out for you, all the little pieces pop out for you, or if you don't have a precision base platform, you can also use our brush tool kit. It comes with this foam pad and a brush. This is a little magic tool I absolutely love. Everybody that I've talked to that has one absolutely loves theirs as well. So you just take the brush, you keep your thinlet over the piece of paper that you've just cut, and you simply brush over the top of it. And voila, your piece pops out with just about every piece popped. We just brush that a little quickly again. There we go. All right, so there you have your butterfly. I love that little tool. And our smaller butterfly is here. Okay, so I'm going to use, actually I'm going to put this paper aside. I'm going to use a dimensional to pop that butterfly up with. Actually, I'm going to use just an edge because I think it will fit the butterfly a little bit better. So I'm just going to take like this edge right here. and turn that down just a little bit. Okay, that should do it. All right, now I'm going to take that piece off and attach that to my card. I like it right there. I'm going to take the small butterfly and some of these little accents. These are called Perfect White accents, I believe is the correct name. Oh, sorry, White Perfect accents. And you can either add 2 of the smaller ones like I've done in the sample here, or something else that you could do is add them like so. Take a large one and a small one. And add them like that. Oh, I just put them on the wrong butterfly. Sorry. Let's get these down on the right one. Here we go. Silly me. Okay, that's better. Okay, and then I'm just going to take a little bit of our Tombow multi-purpose adhesive, put a little bit of it here on my black butterfly, and give this a little bit of dimension. Put that right there in its place. Okay, much better. All right, now, you see that okay? What I can do to make that pop out a little bit better is to actually go ahead and mount it on here, and to do that I am again going to use dimensionals. And I'm going to mount that right in the center. And then last but not least, I'm going to take a small piece of Pool Party and make a tag. Now the sentiment that I used to make the tag with is out of our Circle of Spring sentiment. And it is the thank you up here in the corner. And I'm going to bring in my black Memento ink again, my stamp, okay, and I am going to stamp that more sort of to the left because I want to make that into a little banner. All right, a little bit of excess here. I think I will trim off. So this piece, it measures about 1.5 by 1. This little sticky thing on my finger, get that off, and I'm just going to, actually I'm going to trim this down just a little because I didn't really stamp it right in the center. Then I'm going to make my banner by cutting in the center and then going from each corner up to the center. Okay, then on my sample, I actually sponged this. Okay, now using my Island Indigo ink, I'm going to sponge the edges. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have it under the camera, please forgive me. Okay, much better. All right, and again, I'm going to pull out dimensional, pop that on the back, card here. Oop. Oh, you know, that's something that I found out. The dimensionals don't like this glitter paper, so when you use the dimensionals with that, try to get your dimensionals off of that glitter paper a bit. It'll stick much better. And then I stamped an envelope with the fleur-de-lis. And there you have the finished product. What do you think? I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you come back to my YouTube channel and watch more of my videos. If you like them, I hope you'll subscribe to them by clicking on the subscribe button. Thank you and for stopping by, and come back soon. Again, I'm Carolyn Service with O2BStamping.com.